Bro, I'm so tired of these people, right? These type of people. Oh man, sorry about that. But I'm so tired of the people who constantly make excuses. Who constantly make excuses and then like they just want to come up with every excuse not to do something. For example, like going to the gym. It's so crazy. It's so crazy, right? Before I even say the example, it's just so crazy that people put in more effort into creating excuses on why they shouldn't do something other than just doing it. So the example is like going to the gym, right? I've had a lot of people that told me, oh, they want to go to the gym, they want to go to the gym and stuff like that. But then they start making excuses like, oh, but I'm not really like motivated. Or I don't really want to do it anymore. Well, this is gonna be hard, and all this, all that, bro. And I'm just like, you're making so many excuses before even walking in. You haven't even walked in, and you're already making excuses. You're already making excuses. And the person who makes a bunch of excuses will just never make it far with anything. And it's just like, again, even with like the people who make excuses, you know what goes hand in hand with making excuses? Also not taking accountability as well. The same people who make excuses, they also want to blame other people, other things on why they can't do something. They'll make an excuse by using something, an external thing, in order to justify their own excuses. They'll be like, oh, well, I don't want to do this, or I can't do this because this happened to me, and because that, like, who cares? Who cares? Who literally cares, bro? Because you can make all of these excuses. You can come up with everything in the book. But there is somebody who has a much harder upbringing than you. There's somebody who's going through more than you. There's somebody who's going through more hurt than you. Going through more pain, more agony. And they're still finding a way to get it done. They're still trying their hardest every single day. And the thing is that they're not much different from you. The only thing is that the only difference is their willingness to actually keep going despite everything that's going on in their life. But the thing is that you're not willing to. You're not willing to because you keep on letting the chains of your past, the chains of other circumstances that's happened in your life hold you back from becoming a better person in the present. When are people gonna start realizing that their past doesn't need to create their future? That they should stop letting their past dictate how they act in the present? Because however you view your past, right? However you view your past and however you let it affect your present will ultimately affect your future. Like, if something bad has happened to you in the past, you have two ways of looking at it. You can either be like, dang, nah, because of this, I'm not gonna get better. Let's just say like your dad was an alcoholic, right? And you'd be like, oh, because my dad's an alcoholic, that's why I'm an alcoholic now too, and that's why I'm gonna continue to keep drinking. Or you could be like, all right, my dad is an alcoholic, and I don't want to end up that way because I've seen the things that he does when he's off the alcohol. I don't want to be like that, so I'm going to make sure that I do everything in my power to not become like that. I'm just saying, this is just an example. But there's two different ways to approach this. There's two different ways. And those are the two. Are you going to approach it in the frame of mind of you're going to let the past hold you back? Or are you going to recognize that those things happened in the past and use it to where you remember those things and you use it as a motivator for you to get better? You use it as a way for you to get better. Like, so many people just need to stop making excuses and stop trying to point the blame at everything else. Excuses get you nowhere. Excuses get you absolutely nowhere in life. Every time I've made an excuse, I've never gotten closer to any of my goals. Every time I pointed the blame at somebody else or some other external thing, I never got close to my goals. My fault. As I was saying, every single time I made an excuse or pointed the blame at something else, I never got closer to where I wanted to be. And even right now, even though I'm not where I want to be, I've noticed a change within myself, and I've noticed that I get things done more efficiently, and I actually feel like I'm actually getting closer, or at least I'm better, or at least I know that I'm bettering myself every single day by not pointing the blame at anything else. Like, I've become a better person the more I've held myself accountable. The more I've been like, yo, Eric, this is your fault, you messed up at this. Or, Eric, this was you. This is nobody else, this was you. And if more people were just more accountable in this world, bro, the world would be so much of a better place. Because everybody just loves to have excuses on reasons why they can't do something. Like, bro, when will people just realize that the world doesn't care? The world doesn't owe you anything. And again, the world just doesn't freaking care. You don't. So you can make excuses all day long. You can point the blame all day long, but who is it helping? It's helping nobody. It's helping nobody. And you're only going to be damaging yourself the more you do it. The more that you keep on blaming other things, the more that you keep on making excuses other than just doing it, you're going to fall accustomed to it. You're going to do it more and more and more and more. And it's going to be so hard to break out of that habit of making excuses. That's why, like, accountability is just such an important thing, man. Not many people have it. Not many people hold themselves accountable anymore. Another big example is, like, even in relationships and stuff. Most of the reason why most people even have relationship problems is because of somebody in the relationship not taking accountability. Another example, some people in school, the reason why you might have bad grades is, yes, you can get, like, just a dumb teacher or, like, a teacher who's just, like, weird against you for some reason. Those things happen. But if you have a teacher who's still teaching, is actually going by the book, is seriously trying to help you guys, and you're still failing, it's not the teacher's fault, it's yours. It's yours. Another thing, say you take something that's not yours and then you have to deal with the consequences or something like that. Or, like, there's just so many scenarios where many people just don't take accountability for their actions and accountability for what they do, man. I'm saying, like I said, the world would be so much of a better place if people just stopped making excuses and took accountability. If you grew up in a bad household or in a toxic household, don't use that as a thing to make you get worse. Use that as a motivator for you to change. For you to be that change in your family. For you to change for you to change everything. For you to get better. Don't use that and get chained up in it. And then it becomes your identity. Use the hardships as something for you to get. Use the hardships as something, as fire, or, well, more as fuel for you to keep going and trying to get better. Because when you do that, you have all the motivation in the world. Because imagine you're in a messed up situation and it's like, you know what? I'm in this messed up situation. I don't want to be like this anymore. So I'm going to work as hard as possible to get myself out of this. You have endless motivation just because of that. And it'll be so much more rewarding when you get yourself out of it. That's the end of the video. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want the link to my 90-day habit tracker, it's going to be linked down below in the description. And I hope you guys have a good day.